Hold on. I had a frog in my throat. I was laughing so hard at the end of the recording of the last episode.
I know.
I now feel like I have like a frog in my throat.
Well, I hope I didn't give you something.
You haven't.
Okay, can I?
You haven't.
You know about respiratory treatment?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I have a question and I need it answered once and for all.
Okay, well, I hope I have the answers.
And somebody better be able to answer it.
Okay.
Okay. I don't understand when it is I need to take a decongestant or an expectorant, Mucinex or Sudafed. Am I trying to clear it out? Am I trying to dry it up? I don't know, because you guys might have noticed in my voice I've sounded a little just like stopped up. Yeah. I feel fine. I feel great, but it's in there. Mm-hmm. And so I'm taking different things. I'm like, what am I trying to do?
That's a very good question.
I need to find out.
So I believe if you are, it depends. If you are already naturally draining,
yeah,
right?
I am.
Then I don't think you need to take the Mucinex, which continues to drain you. You need to take but you're supposed to be draining.
Right. So if I stop draining, is it going to just fester in my sinuses?
Sudafed is for stuffiness, and Mucinex is to drain it.
Okay.
But both of those are the same thing.
All I know is there's decongestant and expectorant.
Right.
It's like the two opposite things. But Sudafed is the one you have to like get approval to buy because people make what out of it? Cocaine, meth, something?
Meth. But Sudafed is speed.
Okay.
It is like an over-the-counter form. It's not, they don't have so much of the upper in it.
But it's just enough to make you feel well.
Yeah. If you guys are ever like, I really need to stay up.
You take a Sudafed?
You can take a Sudafed. That's why it says do not take at nighttime. Because there's, I don't know if it's caffeine in there or if it is speed. Or cocaine.
Because you have to be, I think, 18.
Yes.
And get the approval at CVS.
They check your ID. They scan your license.
Because they want to know, are you repeatedly buying
Are you buying so much of this? And they have like limits on how many boxes you can buy. But some people are just going around these streets, hitting up every CVS, Walgreens, and whatever, buying boxes of the Sudafed.
Is that what people are using in a meth lab?
Yeah, I think that it depends. It depends how big your lab is. You're getting that shipped to you on like the black market.
Okay.
If you're making a lot of it. If you're someone who's just trying to like make it for yourself and keep your own stash going,
right,
then I think that you will be hitting up different stores and buying as many boxes as you can. And you mix it with other things. It's not just that.
But it's like a whole chemical thing.
Yes.
Because I've seen multiple like TV shows and things where they're like, oh, the meth lab blew up. Like in the trailer park, the trailer blows up. And it's because it was a meth lab. But I'm not understanding the science
boiling
of this.
And cooking. And
with the gas.
And eventually, it will erupt and burst if you have those amounts off a little bit.
Ooh.
And let me tell you what throws your mathematical prowess off. Being high on meth. And trying to do formulas. So maybe just like stop doing meth.
Let's stop doing meth. You know what's crazy?
And that's my PSA of the day.
Have you seen, I know you have, the where they'll show the mugshots of people through the years?
Yes.
Where it's like their first arrest and maybe they're young and first encounter. And then it shows it continuing through the years as they're doing meth.
And you see their face and the pox and the literal, like you are scratching at sores. Yes. You have created sores and you have all these craters because you have so many sores and scars.
They're sunken in.
So sunken in. Yeah, and you can see it progress.
They age rapidly. I mean, it is so, it just breaks my heart to see this and to see people in this situation.
Well, I heard this long ago, and I tell you what, it has sat in my brain for as long as I've heard it, and it is that meth is one of the only drugs, if not the only drug, that you become addicted on your first use. That there are other drugs that you can take, and it doesn't have that effect on your brain.
Right.
The way that meth does, the way that it works, and the systems it disrupts, and the high that you feel is so euphoric, people say, that you are instantly chasing it again. You are addicted. And that's why it is so important to get people to never try it.
Never, ever.
Never, ever try it. You need to have like these hard boundaries. If you are a recreational drug user, and I don't know if any of our podcasts are, but
maybe
if you are a recreational drug user, I know people firsthand who recreationally use cocaine.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
I know of people.
Yes, know of people.
I mean, a lot of Bravo. I shouldn't say all, but a lot. Several.
But people I have come into regular contact in my life with
are doing the cocaine.
Are doing recreational, what they call recreational cocaine. What I would say is like, if something has power over you, if another substance has power over you, I don't know where it goes from recreational to addiction. Because if you feel powerless against it, if you cannot stop doing it, even on the weekends or even when I go on trips, then to me that feels like that's not recreational anymore. That has power over you.
Yeah.
And so anyway, but I do know that people feel like they could just stop that. But with meth, you can't. Like that, it is such a different high. It is something that it does so differently to your brain than a weed, than a cocaine, than a mushroom, that you are chasing it from that point on.
I wonder what the statistic is of people who maybe were into meth for however long and were able to actually get off of it and beat this addiction.
Get off of it, to beat it.
I wonder.
It is not incredibly high, I don't think.
I don't think so either.
And you hear people who will like stop it for years and then something happens and they start it again and they are gone very quickly because it escalates. So like the brain remembers, right?
Right. It's holding on to that feeling.
On to that. It's like muscle memory, but in your brain, and it's holding on to that feeling. And it's so sad. I mean, this is why we have to be so careful when we are prescribed opioids.
Yes.
This is why we have to be so careful, because it can go from oxy after surgery to addiction to meth, to whatever, because it gets very expensive or it stops getting covered. And then they've made meth one of the more affordable but most deadly drugs on the market.
I've thought about this, that because I've seen that exact scenario, parents saying, my kid was in a car accident at, let's say, 16.
Yeah.
And he had to have his leg surgery on his leg, and it was really severe. And so he was on these opioids for several months, and then was just chasing that high literally for the rest of his life.
Couldn't get off of it.
And I've thought about this, and I've thought, man, if something like that happens to anyone in my family, anybody I love, I feel like I just will be under the microscope. Just like, you can have this a little bit, but then we need to switch to like the ibuprofen of it all.
Yes. I mean, I would just say like, don't give it at all if you can help it. Just because you're prescribed it doesn't mean you have to take it, is what I'm trying to say.
That's true.
I have been prescribed some of those medications after my surgery, right?
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure you were. So maybe after tonsillectomy. I can't remember. But one of them I was prescribed it. And I was just like, I'm not in that much pain that I feel like I need to take something of an oxy level.
Yeah.
Let's start with a Tylenol 800.
Yeah.
Right? They give that to us after we push babies out of our vaginas. Like, I'm pretty sure I can handle the appendix or the
what is that?
Tonsil. I'm pretty sure. I'm like, what the hell is this
What
called?
is this?
I just said tonsillectomy, and as fast as that,
it just floated away. Your little goldfish.
Yeah, a little goldfish. What? Hi, I'm Dory. I'm Dory. Never related to a character so much in a freaking Disney movie in my life.
It's really the truth.
Wow.
You should be here for one Halloween. That'd be cute.
I could. I should have. I'm still kicking myself. And let's just get off that serious topic.
Yeah, I mean, listen, sorry, guys. I'm just trying to figure out what medicine to take so that I could feel better.
I'm sorry, and I wasn't able to help you with that.
Either Clint or Leanna, please reach out. Please tell me what it is I need to get this to go away. As I said, I feel great. I'm fine. My throat's not scratchy. It's just, it's in there and it's coming out little by little.
I know. So what I was going to say is I'm still kicking myself because it's one of our favorite movies. It's not me if you've heard it. But I should have been Joy for Halloween.
Oh, how have you not?
She has the short blue haircut. We had the same hair. I had blue short hair.
You did.
How during that time in my life did I not? Now, was it before? No, Inside Out came out what year would you say?
Ooh, a little while ago.
Was it at least 7-8 years ago?
Yeah, I'd say 7 or 8.
Okay, so maybe it's just timing, but I know I had short blue hair 7 or 8 years ago, and I should have been Joy. I already had the blue hair. You know why I think I didn't? And this is just like where my brain is always so screwed up.
Yeah.
But I think I was like, I'm not skinny enough to be Joy.
Joy is very thin.
She's
now
very
that's
thin.
really dumb of you to think that.
I know.
But the new Inside Out is coming out,
I know.
and now you are really thin.
I know. Should I go to blue?
So I feel like
Just be here for Halloween?
Well, what if you just tint the purple just a little bit more blue for those couple of weeks?
I could.
Because you know then you could wash it and get it back to purple.
Yeah.
I think that would be so freaking cute.
I should be Joy
because the
this
new one's
year.
coming out.
And maybe we could all go as Inside Out characters.
I'll do it. I'll be Rage.
But you look so good in green. You could be disgust.
I'm also
you are disgusted.
I'm disgusted by so much.
But
you all know this.
You could really go as the green.
Yes, I could definitely do green.
Because the Anger's a guy.
Yeah, Anger is a guy.
And
But
Mindy Kaling is disgust.
It's disgust.
Yeah, but you are
That
red.
would
I
be
get it.
Really cute though
But we could do like a whole thing.
Yeah,
for your Halloween
for
party.
a lot of us peeps to go as the Inside Out people.
And it would,
And Michelle, you could be Anxiety.
and it would track because all of our brains are so overwhelmed with all this stuff.
Yes.
But I thought that was such a huge miss. But yeah, now I'm looking back at these things and I'm like, Miranda, you did not do certain things because of your weight. Like as much as I want to be like, oh no, you did. You just rocked it at any size. There were definitely things that I did
that you held back on.
That I held back on,
Yes,
that I had
yes.
disordered thought processes.
Yes.
This brain is not healed, was not healed a hundo or anything like that. I mean, I was telling somebody this story the other day that I don't know that I've shared really anywhere with anybody ever. And now I can't even remember who I was talking to. What was it? But when I was bigger,
Yeah.
I would, if we had food in the car, whether it was fast food or I packed a lunch and then was eating it in the car, if I came up to a stoplight, I would never take a bite if there was a car next to me.
Because you thought they were watching you.
And being like, that girl does not need to put another bite of food in her mouth.
Oh, that's awful.
Isn't that sad?
That's
I
sad.
hate that for her.
Yeah. That's
Like-
that just stigma.
I was hungry. And it's like, it could have even been a salad that I had made for
Yeah.
myself. It could have been like a vegan salad
It could have been a wrap.
that I literally made for myself and was eating with a fork. But if I pulled up to a stoplight, I would put it down because I wouldn't want people to think that a big girl was putting food in her mouth.
I hate that for you.
I know. And the reason why this popped in my head the other day is
Mm.
because Lily and I had ran through Chick-fil-A. As we do, and I have a bone to pick with you, Chick-fil-A. And I'll get to you. But we were running through Chick-fil-A. Yep.
That's you and Chick-fil-A.
Absolutely right now. But we ran through Chick-fil-A and had gotten something to eat. And I pulled up to a stoplight and was eating a nugget and just thought, if somebody looked over at me, maybe they would be like, gosh, I want a nugget.
Yeah. They wouldn't be thinking about your size.
Instead of my size and how I shouldn't be eating this bite, they would be like, that nugget looks good.
That's right.
I could crave some Chick-fil-A right now. And I thought, wow, this is a difference in your life.
Yes.
Maybe you are not, hey, that was sad. You shouldn't have
Yes.
been. You didn't need to think that way, and that's really sad.
And what that tells me is, for someone I think as like mentally healthy as you are and felt good at any size and openly shared your body with the world.
Yeah.
And talked about all the things. So then that makes me think of all the women that maybe aren't in that super healthy place that you are.
Wow.
And the shame that they carry, which is so stupid. As we've said on our podcast before, like, can we just stop talking about bodies?
Yeah.
Yes, we don't want obesity in our country, and
Sure.
we want people to be healthy. But at the end of the day, no one should be looking at anyone's body, sitting in their car, enjoying lunch, making a judgment about
Yeah.
it.
Because you don't
Ever.
know. Because here's the other thing. Let's go back to me. A year ago, eating that salad in the car.
Yeah.
But let's say I had started at 300 pounds. And let's say I had lost 100 pounds to get to that point.
True.
They would still be looking at me like, she doesn't need to eat another bite. Little do they know that this salad or whatever I've been eating for the last year has helped me lose that 100 pounds.
Right.
So you really don't know.
You don't know people's story.
You don't. And everyone has a story. Kathy
Everyone has
Gifford.
a story.
But it's similar to the whole Kate thing too. It's just you don't know. You
Yeah.
do not know what someone is going through. We hear it and we say it and we believe it, but do we put it into action?
Yeah.
Are we really doing that with our own mind? Are we thinking that way, or are we still judging everybody? And we did. We just judged the shit out of people for like 2 hours last week in that episode.
It's a little bit of what we do here.
It is.
I'm going to judge a bad driver.
Yeah,
I'm
I
going
am.
to judge, some of you are
Dog in the wet spot. I am going to judge it. I'm going to judge the baby on board sticker. Sorry, not sorry. It is what it is. I am.
Some things deserve judgment.
They do.
That's why we have judges.
And they are judged.
And they are judged.
So if Supreme Court justices are judged, who are we to say we can't judge?
That's true.
I'm sorry.
That's true. And they are judged for their judgments.
Yes, it's a lot.
And around we go.
The tangled web we've woven.
So we're just part of this vortex.
Yeah.
And we're just lending our AI voices to the conversation of judgment.
People are like, is this the AI?
Is
this the episode?
They know.
No.
They can tell.
They can tell. Okay, so let me talk to y'all.
Oh my gosh. Okay, talk about the Chick-fil-A.
Okay.
And normally Chick-fil-A is top tier.
Top tier, hardly ever makes a mistake.
Yes.
But let me tell you where they do make a mistake. And they make it more often, not than not, but they're making it too often.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm going to say about that. This drink right here.
Shake it in the mic.
Okay. There's no ice left.
Oh.
There's no ice. It's melted is the word.
Yeah.
Okay. Just like my fridge did. Everything. So what I order from Chick-fil-A is a large unsweet tea with a splash of sweet.
Just a splash.
Kristin can say that.
Yeah.
She knows.
I
She's
know
heard it a million times. Everyone knows if I'm going to Chick-fil-A because they actually clean out their tea urns. Let me explain to you what that means, you guys.
Ooh.
At a restaurant that serves tea, it is extremely important not just to pull those tea bags out and kind of rinse around. The mechanism that the tea gets brewed through and comes out the spout.
Yeah.
That needs to be cleaned as well.
Yeah.
What do? You run some hot water through it.
Sure.
Okay? But you can't just be making tea after tea after tea after tea, day after day after day, and not clean that.
That's
not
a recipe
machine.
for mold.
It's not only a recipe for mold, but you can taste it. When you go to a restaurant and that tea tastes bad, you know when it tastes bad. It's because they're not cleaning through their tea urns correctly. And Chick-fil-A does it every day.
So this is a well-known fact that they use the hot water through it.
I know that they have to because it always tastes incredibly fresh.
Fresh. Okay.
But what they sometimes screw up is they give me half and half.
Yeah.
Sweet, unsweet.
Yeah.
They give me
Mostly sweet.
mostly sweet and a splash of unsweet. They even, and this is possibly the most atrocious, is they will do unsweet tea and put some lemonade in there. And I don't care if you like an Arnold Palmer. That's your journey. It is not mine.
You don't like that?
No. Do not put lemon in my tea. I don't want to taste even a hint of it. And you know that Nestle
Yeah.
prepubescent tea. Because we kept saying prepubescent dandelions. That pre-brewed. That, you know, that Nestle whatever, and it has the hint of lemon. You can miss me.
That is gross. I
That's
don't
gross.
mind a freshly squeezed lemon, and I do like a half and half.
No, it's too sweet. It's too sweet. Lemonade is not even my favorite. I don't want sugar with my lemons and water.
Yeah, you don't.
Unless it is extremely sour. You want to punch that sour at me and give a little bit of sugar? Fine.
So
but
you would
most
like
lemonade is too sweet.
You would like a fresh squeezed lemonade with a little teeny bit of sugar.
Yes, but because I love it tart, but I do not want my tea and my lemons together.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. It's on the record. We now know.
And there is a place. We were in Seattle at the Mop Museum, and there's a huge, great playground outside of there, and there was a kiosk making freshly squeezed lemonade.
Ooh.
And it was some of the best lemonade I've ever had in my life. It was so sour and so good. And I will say, at Mikey's Fair.
Mikey's Fair!
At the Broome County Fair. There is someone making fresh squeezed lemonade there as well.
Nice.
And they make it perfectly too. So good job to those two people and their lemonade carts.
Let's get ready to rumble!
They did a really good job. But what I'm saying is when I go to Chick-fil-A, and actually Mikey did pick this one up for me because he went to Chick-fil-A last night, 2 nights ago, I can't remember. And he said, does anybody want anything? I said, I'd like you to get me a tea for tomorrow.
For tomorrow.
For tomorrow, because nothing delights me more than waking up and looking in my fridge and remembering that I have put a Chick-fil-A tea in there.
What a treat. Because again, you're not a coffee girly.
No, do not drink coffee. So I had him get me one. And since he ordered it and he got it, he didn't taste it while he was there and able to correct them.
And so did you not discover this till this morning?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, no. No.
I was so excited. Imagine my excitement. Imagine my delight of waking up today after I did this nice thing for my husband last night.
Yeah.
I'm a hero.
You're a hero.
I'm the nicest person ever. And I'm going to get rewarded. I'm going to get rewarded with that tea. And I take one sip and I'm like,
and it's just sugar.
it's just sugar. I don't know how people are drinking sweet tea out here in these streets. It's so sweet. I cannot do it. I can't do it. But this was either full sweet or mostly sweet. And I dumped half of it. Into another cup.
She did.
And I filled the rest of it with just plain water.
Yep.
And ice.
Yep.
And it's still way too sweet.
Yeah, she had me sip it. It's still very sweet. So this is half with water, and it is still sweet. That's shocking.
So now I'm going to go home. I'm going to dump another half of this into another cup because I'm not going to waste it.
No.
You'll know this.
No.
I will be drinking off of this 1 cup of way too sweet tea, but spread out. It's kind of like when y'all were breastfeeding your kids.
Yeah.
And you decided to drink that night.
Yes.
And so instead of just pumping and dumping, you just pumped and spread out that alcohol milk through like 6 bags. And then you topped it with fresh non-alcohol milk.
It's so smart.
All the rest of the bags. That's what we're going to do with this tea now. So this is the breast milk tea.
Breast milk tea.
Yeah, that's the title.
Breast milk tea.
That's it.
It's like boba tea, but breast milk tea. But
it is because that's made with milk.
Yes, and you said, though, that this is the 3rd one in a row that they've gotten wrong for you.
I know.
And because I find that curious.
Yeah.
Normally, there might be mistakes here and there. It's fine.
Yeah.
But Chick-fil-A is pretty consistent.
I know. And this is the 3rd one in a row that has been done incorrectly.
It's a bummer.
And what that is not, it's not my pleasure.
It's not your pleasure.
No. I am not pleasured.
You're not.
I am not pleasured.
Not pleased or pleasured.
Nope, not pleasured one bit. So let's do better. Let's catch up. Let's get it right. Please, for the love of God.
That's you sucking on those lemons.
You're right.
So tart.
You're right. We could maybe make that. I wonder if we could use that audio, but with this and try to make a funny reel. I'm going to think about it.
I've heard that McDonald's sweet tea is the sweetest of them all.
It absolutely has to be the sweetest of them all. And Joshua and I used to be full sweet tea drinkers.
Yeah.
In college, we would get a large sweet tea with his Backyard Burgers meal, and we would share that one meal once a day because we were so broke.
Yes.
And we would sip off that overly sweet tea, and we eventually reduced ourselves down to a full unsweet with a splash of sweet. And he sometimes can even do unsweet with a lemon.
Wow.
He can. But I can't go full unsweet just yet. That splash just helps. It gives that little bit of sweetness. But I think that this is also why I can't drink diet drinks. They're so sweet.
Yeah.
And that fake sweetness, I cannot do.
I don't like fake sweetness either, but I will say I do have this Coke Zero here.
Yeah.
Put them in the fridge.
Yeah.
I much prefer the zero to the diet.
Agreed.
The diet sweetness, it ain't right.
It's not. But this, I would say, I don't crave it and I don't want it. But if I'm desperate enough,
you'll do this.
And it's the only thing in here. Coke Zero is the better of them.
Yeah.
But remember when I tried that Sonic?
Oh, the Sonic.
The diet cherry limeade with vanilla in it.
Yes.
And I thought, this is one of the worst things I've ever put in my mouth. And we've discussed what I've put in my mouth.
Ladies, am I right?
I love when Danny says that. Ladies, am I right? And it was so sweet. But I get it. People who are the Baileys and Laurens of the world who are loving Diet Coke and they love that sweet, that fake sweet taste.
But don't you think the shot has changed your sweet taste buds a little bit?
Well, I don't crave as much sugar as I did before. Do you feel like
sweetness tastes any different to you?
It doesn't taste any different. I just don't crave it.
Okay.
In the same thing that, alcohol has so much sugar in it, so I don't crave alcohol. But when I drink alcohol, it doesn't taste any differently.
Okay.
I still will drink a red sangria.
Yes.
and it tastes the exact same.
That's true. Is that your number one go-to drink?
Yeah, I would say so. I think.
Or you like our thing with the splash of pineapple?
Yeah, I like a vodka soda splash of pineapple with a lime.
Yes.
Those don't taste any differently to me either. I just don't crave it.
Yeah.
I don't crave it. Not that I craved too much alcohol before, but and Sauvignon Blanc still tastes the same. Like things still taste the same. I just don't crave them.
Yeah.
And when you don't crave sugar naturally, you just don't order alcohol.
It's true.
There's so much in there.
There's so much in there.
But I do love a red sangria still. Those are my 3 things. Those are, I guess, really the only thing. I did have an espresso martini.
We did.
And it was very bitter. You know, I was struggling to choke it down.
I loved it. I mean, I got to say, it was really tasty.
But you like coffee.
I do like coffee.
So that makes sense.
But then it was like regrets later.
Were you not able to fall asleep?
I mean, and I'll say this. One of my menopause accounts that I follow.
Yes.
She said, she's at a point in her life, in her menopause journey. And now this woman's in her 50s. But
I saw this exact reel.
where she's like, I am having to choose between having a drink and sleep.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. I have to pick. If I'm going to have a drink or 2 or 3,
I know I'm not going to sleep.
I'm not going to sleep. And I think I'm kind of there.
Our bodies are not processing alcohol the way that they used to.
Yeah.
And that's just a fact. It's a fact of our lives.
I think that
You're there.
And it's a bummer because y'all know, like, party's my word. I want to have a bash. I want to have a party. I want to turn up.
Yeah.
But it may just be that it's mocktails all the way. And
this is what I hit a couple years ago.
yeah, you did.
But that would time out.
It would time out. And,
I think as you approach 40,
Yes.
your body stops metabolizing alcohol.
and you're like, it's just not worth it.
it's just
not worth it
worth
anymore.
Because now you have too many responsibilities to not sleep.
For it to be 2 days where not,
Yep.
and I'm not even saying, y'all, I'm not even saying like, ugh, hangover. I'm just saying your body just being like, I can't process this. I feel strung out. I feel tired. I don't want to do anything. I'm
Sluggish.
unmotivated.
Anxiety.
Yes.
It's all the
It's
things
all of those things.
wrapped up into alcohol. So
Even if it's like 2 drinks.
I know. It doesn't have to be much.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be much. If you are a lady
A lady.
who is really like, gosh, I'm not feeling great, and I'm someone who has a couple of glasses of wine every night or 5 times a week or whatever.
Yeah.
And you want to think it's all these other things and you're going to manage all these other things. I strongly encourage you to go 30 days without alcohol.
Yeah.
Specifically without wine. If that's your crux, take it away and tell me you don't feel radically better. Just start there. Start there, because it very well could be the culprit.
Yeah.
But you think it's the relaxer.
I know.
You think it's that wind down time. You think it's that little reward at the end of the night.
Yeah.
But that might be what is giving you the anxiety. That might be what's giving you the sluggish energy.
It's true.
Our bodies just stop metabolizing it at a certain age. Now, for some women, they're the exception, right?
Yeah.
But for the most part, the rule is going to be that it is going to change. And that's why you hear people say, I just can't drink like I used to.
Yes.
I just can't. Yeah, that's like a normal bodily reaction to this thing.
To aging.
Yeah.
Like we're just aging and things are changing and feeling different.
But no one talked about it before is the
No.
difference, right? Menopause was just this thing that old ladies went through.
Old ladies.
And that's why they became senile, and that's why
Yeah.
they became agitated, and that's why they became this, and that's why
Yeah.
their libido went down, and da-da-da-da.
Correct.
And it's just like, that's just because they're old ladies
Yes.
going through the change. And now we have more information. We have more medical research being done on menopause.
Right.
We see that it's happening earlier. We understand what perimenopause is better.
Yes.
And all these things that we used to just blame on this old age. It's like, no, it's this hormone imbalance that we are all having to go through.
Yep.
And we are just now trying to throw some money behind research and figure out what it actually is.
Finally. And I've said it on here, just like we give our kids grace who are going through puberty,
Mhm.
we are going through puberty backwards.
Mhm.
That is what is happening.
That's
And
exactly
so
it.
you have to say, like, and your family needs
Mm-hmm.
to say, we're going to give mom grace because she is going through this radical change, kind of where everything's becoming undone.
Yeah. All these things that you've had for 30 years that
Yeah.
were just normal and expected, and you could at least prepare for them, right?
Yes.
Are now like, what the hell is happening within me? I do not
know.
recognize this version of myself.
Oof.
I know in my brain
Yep.
that this is exactly what bodies go through, but I wasn't ready.
Yeah. And that's what's
I
so
thought
hard.
it was so far away.
Yes. Rationally, you can
Yeah.
say in your head, I know what's happening. I see it. I can see the numbers. I can
Mhm.
see. Rationally, you can be present and calculate all of this and tie it up in a bow.
Mhm.
But it's your emotional side of you that's taking over,
Mhm.
and the hormones coursing through, or lack of hormones, that's just taking over your body.
Yeah.
And it's wild.
Yeah.
But we're riding the wave.
Yeah.
And that's what my health coach with Dr.
Riding the crimson wave, as Cher said.
Yes, Dr.
Or
Jorge.
lack of crimson.
Lack of crimson. But
Yeah.
she's like, when you're having those moments or those times, you got to just like get on the surfboard and ride the wave of that and know that it's going to be okay. But I wanted to ask you this, and it's a little Bravo related. I know not everybody's Bravo, but it's a general question.
Okay.
I know they've brought up California sober.
Yes.
On Vanderpump Rules.
VPR, yeah. It's a big, big term right now in the last few years. I
Yes.
feel like Demi Lovato kind of helped put it on the map
Yes.
to say.
So California sober, y'all probably know, where you're not drinking, but you might smoke weed.
Mhm.
Okay.
Or do something with marijuana,
Yeah.
whether that's gummies.
Yeah. Now they have drinks.
Edible,
Yeah.
foods, things like that. And I do think some people lump mushrooms under California
Yes.
sober as well, since they say it's a natural thing that's grown in the ground.
Mushrooms are on the come up.
They are.
They're on the come up, and I think we're going to see more and more stuff with it.
Absolutely
I
agree.
am feeling curious about that, just saying.
Yeah.
So I'll let you guys know when I'm doing shrooms. But I did not realize that Carl on Summer House
Is California sober.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he, I feel like, kept that close to his chest. But once Lindsay was starting to out him and say, what are you on? What are you on? What are you on? He felt like he had to defend it by saying, did you watch me smoke weed today? So she outed him saying it by doing the accusations. And then he wanted to not be a liar and say, I'm not on drugs, when we know marijuana is a drug, whether it's been legalized or not in your state or whatever. Again, no judgment, don't care. But I think he was like, I don't want to come off as a liar.
Right.
So now you have forced me to reveal this to everybody.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize that he was California sober as well.
And I mean, like you just said, no judgment, whatever works for Carl. I think his vice, his problem was with alcohol. That was creating crazy Carl. And I think he also was doing some other drugs.
Yeah, cocaine, obviously. He's admitted to.
Yeah, he's admitted to. But I found that really interesting. So I think this is on the rise. I think people are wanting more natural alternatives to being able to relax.
But I get that.
But with something that maybe isn't so addictive.
Yeah. Here's my relaxation. TV. It's just TV for me.
You love a TV.
I love TV. I love a show. I love TV. I love to sit down with my cats and watch a show. Bury me that way.
I'm going to bury you with a TV.
Bury me alive. I don't care. As long as it's stuck on Bravo, I can survive. I can survive. Mr. Beast buried alive for 7 days. Put it on Bravo. I'm Gucci good. I'll rewatch any of that stuff.
Did Mr. Beast get buried alive?
For 7 days.
When did he do that?
A couple months ago.
I missed that.
Yeah, buried alive for 7 days. It was crazy.
How did he do?
He did great. He did very well. He didn't poop the whole time.
What?
I know. He didn't poop for 7 days.
Did he have any liquid or food?
Yeah, he was eating and drinking stuff, but he was just like, I'm not going to poop. I'm going to hold it.
Was he in a coffin style thing?
He was in a coffin.
Mr. Beast, what are you doing?
By the way, would love to meet him.
He's in North Carolina.
I know. He's only an hour and a half away from us. His huge warehouse is. I've stalked. The way you have with Chelsea, I've done with Mr. Beast. My kids would love to meet him too. We've bought the Feastables. We've done it all.
Man, if we could get linked up with him, our podcast would take off.
It would. It'd be huge. But he doesn't grant many interviews, many things. He is so locked in and focused on YouTube and growing it. He was at the forefront of it. He figured it out, and then he just
You know what I was thinking that you and I need to do?
Tell me.
What we need to start doing is applying for things like the Amazing Race.
That would be very smart.
Don't you think?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Like
Then it's
competition.
promotion.
It's promotion for us. It's the competition shows where they need 2 people.
Yes.
Also,
is Amazing Race still going on?
I think because the Holderness family won it like a year and a half ago.
No, they were way long ago.
No, that wasn't that long ago. The Holderness fam, that was like a couple years ago.
Oh, really?
That wasn't
I thought
that
that
long.
was back in the day.
Mm-mm.
Maybe Stassi. Maybe I'm
Stassi. Stassi was a lot.
It was pre-chin job.
Pre-chin.
Yeah.
That was
Y'all know
OG.
what we're talking about. We don't have to tell you.
But Holderness, yeah, maybe 2 years ago. So it's still going on. And I just feel like something in that arena would be great for us.
So good for us.
We make great TV.
Absolutely great TV.
We are smart and would be good at something like that.
Yeah, we love to travel.
We love to travel. We're up for anything.
Are you going to be able to put all your clothes in a backpack, ma'am?
I mean, listen, I will just lean into sporty, athleisure, mix and match clothing. I will. I'll need a lot of hats.
I only have one pair of leggings and one sports bra anyway, so I'm good.
You're good to go. I'm just saying, like, if
there's no continuity issues with me because I'm just wearing the same thing.
Always wearing the same thing.
Every day. They're like, is this the first day of the challenge or the 30th? We don't know. She's in the same clothes.
It's true. They might actually say to you, Miranda, we do need you to have more than one outfit.
We need to make it look like there are multiple days of this happening, that this isn't that easy. It just didn't get done in one solid day.
Oh my gosh, that is great.
All right, well, let's get on that. Let's end here so we can go apply.
We're going to go apply. If you guys hear any whispers of shows that require a duo,
that's us.
That is us. Y'all know you want to see us.
Absolutely.
Crawling and being slimed and whatever, eating bugs. You know you want to see
We'll do it.
We will do it.
Absolutely. Like I said, I've had worse in my mouth.
Like I said, ladies, am I right?
Oh, anytime he talks about that, it cracks me up.
I love it.
What was I? Oh, I was going to tell the story. Okay. So the Patreon is coming. Also, don't let me forget to record a couple things for Ortho Carolina.
Oh. We have like more ad spots?
Well, that was just their 3-minute one. Then they bought 8 30-seconders.
Oh, okay.
That was an introduction.
Okay. Well, I feel like we can because we had one of the things you can say. Somebody came in our DMs and said something. Like they used it.
Yeah, she was. I even attached it as one of the slides in our carousel.
Yes.
That she was like, I've been complaining about my knee. My husband's like, please make an appointment. You guys posted your episode the very next day, and I went on and I did the chronic pain. I hit my knee, and they scheduled the appointment for me, and it's done now.
That should be one of the
story
spots.
we're gonna tell.
Yeah, that should be one of the ad spots because that's so great that it's showing people like this is legit.
Yeah, and I sent the screenshot to Sydney and was like, somebody already booked an appointment. She's like, well, that ad just paid for itself now.
There you go.
I was like, yeah.
Yeah, so pay us more.
Yeah, they will. Well, Allie with Disco Honey wants to buy some spots.
Oh, she does.
Allie with the ADHD. And I was like, should we ask?
Yeah.
She was like, by the way, you talk about me in any way that you want.
Yes,
yeah,
I
don't
love
care.
people like that.
Yes. But they would like to purchase some spots, but they were also wondering if we could do a trade out where we come in the store, they would dress us, give us some clothes, accessories, whatever. We could wear it on YouTube. People could see it, and then they would also pay us for some spots. She's like, I just don't want to do a trade out. I know that cash is king.
Yes.
But could we do both?
I love that, and that's so funny because last week on Saturday, Ashley Beaver was like, how have you not still been to Disco Honey? She has told me this for years.
Oh, really?
To go. She's obsessed. Everything's colorful.
Yes, it's so fun.
Like, so
it's
freaking
beautiful.
fun. She was like, how have you not been? So that's funny that she wants to
I
go
have
there.
been. I just didn't buy anything.
Yeah. Is it a little pricey?
No, I would say it's right in line with like Girl Tribe boutique prices.
Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do.
So we have the second one, and then we have
Your
2 ad spots,
and then your embarrassing
and
story.
then embarrassing story for Patreon. And I took pictures.
Okay, I'm very excited.
Cute.
I love when you have a story. It delights me to no end. It gives me energy.
And I had to hold it within me.
Ugh.
And then I saw Bella. We went to the C20 together thing. And then as we were walking out and she was finally alone without Jack or any of his family, I was like, I have to tell you the most embarrassing story that happened on the way here. And she was like, oh my God, Mom, after I was done telling her. So much so that she came home. And while I was in the bathroom, she told Joshua some of it. And when I came out, he was like, did that really happen? I was like, yeah. He's like, I don't need any more details.
I can't wait to do this.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
It's good.
All right. Do we want to do any spring break things? Let's just start talking.
I think if we just talked about, like, what was your spring break like? Like, did you go to the beach with your friends? Were your parents chaperoning?
Yeah.
Things like that. What I'll start off is I'll say what I'm doing with Bella for spring break.
Ooh, that's good. That's good.
Okay, hey, you guys.
Hey, you guys. Okay, so it's spring break week.
Mhm.
We didn't mention that on Tuesday. But
I thought you did.
I don't think I did.
Oh.
Maybe I did. But the
doesn't
point
matter.
is, these episodes.
What is time? It doesn't matter anyway.
It doesn't matter. The episodes are shorter this week because we are trying to fit in and we are traveling and we are doing things, but we still want to bring you fun content.
We're trying to fit them in. We are never trying to fit in.
We're not trying to
That's not our personal journeys.
No.
At all. We're actually radically trying to rage against the machine. Speaking of Rage Against the Machine, that was probably popular during our spring break.
It probably
Probably was.
What are you doing for spring break with Belle?
Okay, so neither of my children, but I feel like this makes more sense for Isabella because she's a senior in high school.
Yeah.
But neither of my children have ever asked to go on spring break.
Oh.
Like with their friends.
Oh, okay.
Like with
Yeah.
a group and you go
Yeah.
to Ocean Isle.
Oh, yeah,
or
you
go
rent
to
a
Myrtle
house.
Beach and you rent a house and you go with
Yeah.
your friends and you do a lot of dumb stuff and you
Yeah.
wonder how you came back home.
Yeah, we did that. Yeah.
Okay. So, right. Same. But Bella's never asked to do that. She's never asked to go away on spring break with anybody.
Okay.
And I viewed that as like, wow, we really got through that. Not
Yes.
that I ever brought it up, not that I was urging, but also not that I was shutting down.
Yeah.
And she knew some of the stories of my spring break.
Yeah.
Y'all have heard some of them. Y'all know I was changing bathing suits in the ocean.
Yes.
And having Stifler's mom, the guy who screwed her,
Yeah.
awarding me.
Yes. Like her titties were in the ocean floating around in that Calvin Klein bathing suit.
Absolutely. And I was running back on the beach up to that stage, Rocky Balboa style. We are the champions of the world. And Joshua was right there next to me, giving me all the tips.
So proud.
Tips and tricks. So proud.
I know.
We love that.
Oh, what a
Okay.
memory.
So y'all have already heard some of that. That is maybe one of the more mild things I did at spring break.
Yeah, I know that's right.
But Bella finally this time asked if she and her boyfriend could go to Savannah.
Okay.
Or Charleston. So
Charleston.
they were like, could we go to Charleston or Savannah for spring break? But maybe you and Kim could both come and chaperone.
Okay.
Both come with us and chaperone us. Because she knows that we have struck up a friendship and I love Jack and Kim Kim loves Bella.
Yes.
and it's all very good, right? And I love Savannah.
Yeah.
And we weren't going to send them just the two of them down there.
Yeah. No.
Even though I guess that's what was happening for us.
Yeah, it was. I mean, well, I went on trips, but there was always at least one adult.
Okay, yeah,
that was
you're
the
right.
adult in charge.
But even
Now,
in your senior year?
They might have been very hands off, but they were around. Senior year, I absolutely cannot remember what I did for spring break. No idea.
Do you think maybe you went like international? Or did you always do like a North Carolina beach or like a Florida or something?
Yeah, it was all.
Because we did Panama City.
I cannot remember. I don't know.
Or no, Panama City was college. But in high school, I feel like it was very much like Cherry Grove.
Oh yeah,
Right?
It was Myrtle. It was Cherry Grove. It was Hilton Head.
Oh.
We did a Hilton Head.
That sounds like Christian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Hilton
did
Head's
some
a
of
little
those.
fancier. But yeah, we were always like North South Carolina beaches,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay, in high school. I cannot remember, but I feel like maybe in senior year we did not have chaperones.
Ooh.
I don't know.
Big deal. I mean, listen, our parents knew we were about to go off to college doing
Yeah.
whatever anyway.
Exactly. And so part of me was like, oh, well, I guess Bella and her boyfriend could do that.
Yeah.
But they didn't even ask to go just the two of them.
Okay.
They just automatically said, would you and Kim take us to Savannah or Charleston?
That's really sweet.
And I was like, yeah, I mean, sure. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I guess we'll chaperone.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I hope that I have time in my calendar to chaperone you guys on spring break. But inside, I'm like, yes. And so then she was like, could we do it how long are you thinking? And I was like, I don't know, two nights. And she was like, oh my gosh, that's so exciting. I thought that you'd only say one.
Oh,
So y'all, I'm telling you, she's so dear and so precious.
she's so sweet.
She's so sweet and so precious.
And like unassuming.
Yeah.
Like, she's just thrilled with whatever is going to be given to her.
Thrilled to be given 2 nights in Savannah with 2 chaperones, both moms of the only 2 kids there watching. And so we're even doing adjoining hotel rooms. Bella and I are in one hotel room, and Kim and her son are in the other one.
I love that.
Yeah, we're not putting them in one. They didn't even ask. They did not even ask.
They don't want to be together.
No, they have not. But again, if they're not going to ask, we don't even have to have this discussion. So I'm just going to volunteer. And Bella was, again, delighted that we had adjoining rooms.
I love an adjoining room.
Yeah.
Very much.
Clutch.
You know this.
Yes, very much, because we want to get ready together.
Yes.
But we still need to have our separate beds.
Yes, it becomes a party when the rooms are adjoining.
Yeah, just open it up and let's go.
I call the hotel. I might have put it on my reservation, but I am going to call.
Yeah.
Because I am paying attention.
Police.
Please. I am going to make sure my request is honored.
Know that. Okay. Also, Alex, we're sorry that we're both wearing hats. I feel like we needed to address that.
I know.
But it has been raining for days, and our hair cannot keep up with this, and we're just done. And we have there's no more will to live with our hair.
I have not
being
washed
styled.
my hair in, I think, over a week, because there really is just no point at this point in time.
I mean, you know me. I haven't even watered it.
Yeah.
I actually haven't showered in days because I'm trying to let this tans last as long as possible because I had 2 more try-ons to do. So the tan is ruling my shower life.
Oh my God.
And I will do anything for a tan.
Yes.
So, okay. So they didn't even ask. So we've just said, okay, great. We will give you 2 nights.
Sweet.
We'll both go down and chaperone you. We'll have separate hotel rooms, but they can be adjoining. And we'll go to Savannah. So that's what we've decided to do Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of our spring break week, just due to prior commitments on either side, whether, either weekend for either Kim or me, and the kids, like Bella's work schedule and stuff like that. So we're excited to take them down there.
Yay.
And we love Savannah.
Yeah, y'all do.
I'm pretty sure. I feel like they've been to Savannah too. So it's not like a first time for anybody, but Savannah's so great because it's easy to walk. The way it's laid out with all of their quads and squares, it really is like a grid. And it's not so big that you can't get from one end to the other easily in a short amount of time.
Yes.
Whereas I feel like Charleston is so spread out.
Correct.
Now, I like Charleston too.
We do.
It's just so spread out. And Savannah is much tighter, and Savannah Historic Society does an incredible job of preserving all of the history in the buildings and the architecture and the parks and the statues and this and that. You really do feel like you can step back in time there. And that's really neat for us too. So we're going to go down. We're going to do some tours. We're going to do a ghost tour. And
yes, I love a ghost tour. Maybe a ghost will visit you.
We're really hoping so. And I'll keep you guys posted on that. But we're doing that, and then I immediately will be leaving Savannah to drive to Charleston.
Yes.
Because I am going to be a content creator for Harris Teeter for the Cooper River Bridge Run.
My Harris Teeter.
That is such a good jingle.
It is.
Such a good jingle. And you sang it beautifully.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. So I'll be going not as Miranda and Charlotte, but creating content and reels and posting on their stories and everything for Harris Teeter to show what this run really means to their company, their brand, to the city of Charleston, and all of that sort of stuff. So I can't run this year because of my knee. But I'm so glad that they hired me to do this part of it. So my Harris Teeter, I'll be there covering it.
It's going to be so. I can't wait to watch your content being pushed out.
I know. I'm excited about it. So follow Harris Teeter if you're not already.
See Austin down there?
Austin is filming.
They're filming right now?
I believe she said that Austin is filming, and so he will not be, or there will not be a Trop Hop booth, I don't think, at the expo. But I'll be at the expo Team Teeter, I'll be at the starting line and the finish, and throughout the race, I'll be at a thing that they do on Thursday night, like a little mixer for the vendors, and I'll be covering that. So it's really just like photos, video, reels, stories, and creating like creating a whole entire social media story around the Cooper River Bridge Run, and why Harris Teeter is such a vital part of it as the presenting sponsor.
How our spring breaks have changed, huh?
Yeah, right. Exactly. Sure have.
Now you are chaperoning your daughter and making content for a grocery store.
Yeah, going to work. Going to work for 3 days. So, but that something's got to pay for it.
Something's got to pay.
Yeah.
You know,
so what are you doing? Because I have no clue what you're doing.
We're just going down to the beach.
To your parents' house?
Down to mom and dad's beach house. The nieces are going to join us. So my nieces have been with us. Their spring break is the week before. So this week is their spring break. Okay. So they've been with us all week. I did say to Gigi, hats off to you for having 6 children. I now understand a little bit more of your day-to-day life. I have had 5 under my roof all week. And it is.
I can relate.
Yes.
Having my brother's kids.
You
and that's
get it.
6. Yes.
It is.
It's a lot. It's just a lot of emotions to manage.
It is.
It's not as much the physical. It's just are everyone's needs being met?
Yeah.
How are our emotions feeling? Who is upset with whom?
Yeah.
That sort of stuff. It's just managing that is a lot.
It's a lot. And it is also a lot of just stuff. That's everywhere, and that, as you all know, clutters me up in my brain. So I've been trying to put things where they belong and stay organized. But I heard this years ago. And I don't know how true it is, but it has stuck with me. Good or bad, it's stuck with me. I have heard that moms of 2 are super relaxed and chill because it's man on man, right? And you feel like you can handle everything.
Absolutely.
That would be you.
Absolutely.
Moms of 3 struggle the most and are actually the most stressed because they're trying to hang on to the dream of 2. But it's a little impossible because there's 3.
Yep.
And so you are taking on so much and you can't release that life can't be the same as it was with 2.
Yep.
So that's where I am and have been in for many years. But moms of 4 or more are also very relaxed because they've given up.
Yep. They've just released.
I shouldn't say given up.
Yeah.
Maybe some of you have given up.
But they've released the rigidity of it all has to be perfect. Yeah.
Moms of 4 or more say it's impossible to keep this up perfectly.
Truth.
There's going to be dirty socks on the floor over here, and there's going to be stains on the carpet over there, and we're going to forget things.
A ball is going to drop eventually.
A ball is going to drop, and you just receive and accept it because you've got 4+ kids.
And everybody, I think, receives it with you.
Yeah.
They look at you and they go, well, she has 4 kids.
She's got 4 kids.
Of course her hair is going to be unkempt, or of course this is going to happen, or of course the kid's going to show up without shoes or whatever.
Yes.
But as a mom of 3, it's like, it's not that many. Come on.
That many. Get it together.
Yeah. And the 2s are easy because one parent's watching one and the other parent's watching the other, and there's enough eyes on it.
So I have felt myself as the week has gone on.
Like, releasing a little bit more.
Just releasing into having the 5. And just saying, you know what, Kristin? It's fine. The table's just going to be sticky all week.
That's right.
It's just going to be sticky.
Yeah, it's okay.
Let it be sticky.
Yep.
And in some ways, it's a good thing. But I did say to Gigi, I'm like, I really get you now. And I admire you so much. Now she has 6 boys, which is even crazier.
Yeah.
But anyway, we are going to go down to the beach. The nieces are going to come with us for a few of those days.
Okay.
My sister Lauren, and husband are off in Ireland this week.
That's where they are. I was curious where they've been.
They're in Ireland celebrating 10 years of marriage.
Wow. Is she posting at all?
She's posting some. She has sent us some pictures and video, and they're just having the time of their lives. And I'm just so happy for them. They needed it. They needed it so much.
Yes. I mean, every couple does.
Oh, they did.
Every couple does. But have they not gone on a big trip in a while?
It's been a while. That's just the nature of having young kids at home.
Joshua and I did not go on trips at all.
But now
at all
the
at those
the
ages.
nieces are 8 and 5. It just feels, very much that they can be left alone. They know what they need to do. They know they need to brush their teeth and put on their shoes and all those things we talked about before, where it's like you reach those milestones, right?
Yep, and it just makes it easier for you as
does.
parents to say we are going to leave.
Yes.
But here I say this: try to do that earlier and earlier into your marriage. Your kids will be okay.
They'll be okay.
The people who are taking care of them will be fine.
Yes.
If it's your parents, they've already raised you. You turned out fine.
Yes.
So try to release that. That is the advice I would give myself for sure. Just say, hey, make the money somehow, make it some way, sell 2 more cakes, whatever.
Yes,
like,
that's true.
Just you've got to carve that time out. And obviously it's not like I'm like, gosh, if only we had done that, we'd save our marriage. Like, obviously we're still married, but like to look back and just say you didn't prioritize that.
Yeah.
We didn't.
That's
We didn't. I'll say it myself. Not enough date nights, not enough staycations, not enough trips.
Life just gets away from you, man.
It does. It gets away from you. And so now I'm trying to come back, about to celebrate 20 years and say to people like, if I can give some advice, it's just to continue to do that because it becomes the norm then.
Yeah.
Not so much looking back with regret, but it's more just saying if you establish that early on, then it becomes more of a non-negotiable.
That's true.
But if you don't make the time for it, it's easy to say, well, we didn't make it for it then, and we didn't make it for it then, and we didn't make it for it then. And so hear me say that again. Now I'm a marriage pro because I just did the marriage Bible study. So I'm just here doling out advice left and right.
It's what we do here. And as I said, you can always trust us to tell you guys the truth.
Yeah, obviously. We're going to hold ourselves accountable to it.
But
So
my kiddos, I'll tell you what, they love cousin time. Cousin time is great. It's those built-in best friends.
love my cousins.
They don't get to see each other, a ton because they live a couple hours away. And so them having this time has been awesome. Shout out to Tinsley for being a second mother in the home.
She
this
always
week.
is, yes.
That child of mine, she's
a
just
dear.
Tinsley is amazing.
Yes.
And she got inducted into the National Junior
So she
Honor
did.
Society.
Yay. I know she was applying last time we talked.
She got in, and we are just to hear the things that they say about her and her
Yes.
teachers and her coaches. Like, she's just an incredible young woman.
She is.
I'm excited to see where she goes. The thing we say about the difference with Tinsley and Tristan is with Tinsley, she could do almost anything.
Mm-hmm.
This is a child that is gifted in so many different ways, whether that's creatively or academically. Like, I don't quite know where she's going to land, because it could be anything.
Mm-hmm.
Tristan is the kid solving Rubik's Cubes
Right.
and doing code.
Yes.
And is that kind of brain. So
That's
we
his
sort
brain.
of see where he's going.
Right.
With the science and the tech and all of that. So I don't know. I think about Tinsley's future and I'm just like, but she also
What's
might
it gonna
just
be?
end up being an amazing mom.
Yeah.
Which is the hardest job in the world.
Yeah. She's just nurture.
She's so good with the girls.
Very
with
good nurturer.
with her cousins and stuff. So anyway, it's been a great week.
Shout out to Tinsley. You're
Shout out
probably
to
not listening to
Tins.
this, but you're a wonderful kid. She is. And I would have her in my home any second, any day for an extended period of time and know that she would just fit right in.
Fit right
Fall
in.
right in line. I wouldn't have to stress about her. I know that she's speaking with kindness. I know she has
Yes.
respect. I know that she's polite. I know that she is everything. Like, she's a great kid.
Yeah.
A
Doing
great
her work
kid.
on her own. Wow.
We love that.
That's a treat.
We love that. Keep doing that. Keep doing that because eventually you're going to have to.
But it's
No one's there
nice
to rescue.
to have these breaks. We have all been looking forward to spring break so much.
Mhm. So is school out for them tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay,
So-
we don't
well-
have
well,
until Good Friday.
Yeah. So I misspoke. We get Friday through whatever that following Sunday is.
Yeah, that's us too.
And then it will be my 40th birthday.
I know. I'm so excited.
I had
So
a little bit of
exciting.
a crisis moment yesterday.
Why?
I was just thinking about it and I said, okay, don't overthink this.
Yeah.
But I do want to be contemplating. And I just thought, man, am I just running out of time?
No.
Am I going to get to the end and think, okay, I did enough things and I lived my life the way I want to live it And I just thought, man, I'm getting to 40. I'm running out of time. I'm running out of
much.
but I'm running out of like young time where like my joints feel good and I feel young and free to like do like I have the energy right now. So what am I forgetting to do that I need to do before I'm out of time?
Nothing. You're not out of time. You're not running out of time. Everything is exactly how it should be. The moment is exactly how it should be.
I'll tell you one thing that I know I'm doing right.
Okay.
It's this podcast.
Absolutely.
It is.
You are. You're nailing it.
I thought to think.
Okay, good.
And I said, one thing I know is right.
Yes.
Is that I'm doing this.
Yes, absolutely.
Putting it all out there, all on the record.
So you feel like you really took a deep dive into your soul and said, is this the right thing to be spending my time on, to be giving so much to, and that I'm happy with the content I put out and the things I've said that live on forever?
I really am.
I really am too.
I'm really pleased with us.
So am I.
Yeah. I'm happy that as I'm rotting in the ground, that my children will be able to listen to this and hear my voice, and maybe they can make an AI version of me. They could.
Maybe a hologram Kristin's coming.
A hologram mommy.
I mean, they did that, for Tupac, right? That's where we saw was like at an award show or something.
They did it for Tupac, and Kanye West did it for Kim for her dad.
That's right, Robert Kardashian.
I think it was for her 40th birthday. He made a Robert Kardashian hologram.
Right. It all comes back to OJ's legal team.
It always does.
It always does. It always comes back to the Kardashians, which is OJ's legal team.
Y'all.
Okay? And remember, Kris was best friends with Nicole.
Yeah.
Remember that.
She
and the
was.
awkward and how crazy that was. Because here her husband is defending the murderer of the bestie.
How does Faye Resnick fit into this?
Faye Resnick is Kris Jenner's best friend as well.
Okay.
Faye is all in that group.
Yeah.
Faye is, right?
I think so. Faye was like, she's part of the OJ stuff.
I feel like Faye is very good friends with Kris Jenner and also very good friends with Kyle Richards.
Yes.
Is Faye always with Kyle or is she always with?
No, Faye's always with Kyle. But Faye is somehow involved with the Jenners too.
Or the Hiltons too. Because I know Kris Jenner is very good friends with Kathy Hilton.
Yes.
And I believe Faye is, I don't know. Y'all, they're all linked somehow, some way. That Hollywood Society of Women
is mixing and mingling.
Is all like this.
Which may be why Kyle is hesitant to reveal her new lifestyle officially.
Yeah, maybe. But I'm so over her.
I know you are.
I'm so over her. I've always been over her. I've been indifferent to Kyle. Y'all have heard it on the podcast before. I've said it in Bravo Rush. I've always been indifferent to Kyle. And I know so many people love Kyle.
I've loved Kyle.
I know you have. I don't get it. I don't find her to be special really in any kind of way. I thought that she was a really good mom.
Yeah.
I do think that her kids adore her. And so I just kind of was fine with that. I've never seen any movies that I didn't grow up with her as the kid actor.
Yeah. No,
I don't think I've seen any of those Escape from Witch Mountain or whatever it was that she keeps talking about because it's like maybe the only hit she did. Then I didn't see the Halloween or whatever that was. I don't know. I just don't get to me, she wasn't too high or too low. You weren't giving me enough drama and you weren't taking enough away. The stuff with the sisters was always dependent on Kim being on the show.
I know.
Or Kathy being on the show. And that's why they kept pulling them in, I think, was because Kyle kind of needed them.
She needed it.
And now she's been doing this stupid Morgan White for so long.
It's drug out.
I'm over it. It's so annoying to me. Just spit it out already. Let the mouse go.
Let the mouse go. Just say it.
Just say it. It's not like at the year of the Lord 2024, you can't be gay or bi or into ladies. It's not like that's frowned upon. No. So why are you acting like this, especially in Hollywood?
Yes,
especially on Bravo.
People are expecting it at this point, Kyle. So if you're hearing this, you need to just own up to it. I don't know why you're dragging this out. And even for your daughter's sake, I think for a while I made the excuse of like, it's for the daughters. But now it's become so concentrated on like our Kyle and Morgan scissoring that we just need to say if it's happening or not.
It's different. Yes. When you were trying to, we don't want our kids to know about this sort of stuff, but then they found out like literally on TMZ.
It's everywhere.
Mauricio was giving an interview after Dancing with the Stars, and that's where he revealed that they were separated. And then they were like, oops, we hadn't even told our kids. That's on y'all then.
It is.
You can't just keep putting it on, we haven't told them because the social media of it all, and they're like all grown. So I don't get that. I want you to do what's right for your kids, But the speculation that you have now,
Yes.
and this is years. Like, we are not talking a couple weeks. We're talking years of this.
Years.
So maybe your kids really do know the truth and everybody's just hiding it for you. Maybe they're like, oh yeah, Morgan's been her girlfriend for months and we already knew that.
Could be.
But then what? Then that's not the excuse anymore. So then it's not about the kids. So now it's just to continue to like act like we are supposed to be salivating at every mention of her.
And she's doing it on purpose now.
I don't know. It's just it's so weird to me. I'm just over this storyline. I'm over it.
I think they're going to be shaking things up a little bit, just like they are on Potomac, and switching up some casts and all of the things. And I know some of you aren't into Bravo, but you know we got to sprinkle it in a little bit.
Candace is gone.
Candace is gone, and Robin is gone.
Yeah, well, I could lose Robin, even though she's very pretty to look at, and I do obviously like to look at pretty people. Who doesn't? But Candace being gone is.
I'm devastated.
That's a devastation for me. Love Candace Dillard. We love her. We've met her. We spent lots of time with her.
Yeah, we gave her.
She was awesome.
She was awesome. Gave her a cry angle.
Gave her a cry angle. Y'all heard it on Bravo. Rushed. It was awesome. It was part of the recap of going to BravoCon. We loved Candace.
Man, what a bummer.
Such a bummer. Especially if she gets pregnant. We're not going to be able to watch that journey. I'm bummed about that.
She's going to be really cute pregnant. I can
so
say
cute. Oh my gosh. She's so cute.
Yeah. All right, you guys. Well, happy spring break. We've done our best to give you content.
Yep. And as a reminder, there is so much original content that you have not heard on our Patreon.
Come on.
So if you are missing the full-length episodes from this week, if you want more, which is what we hear, and I don't know if y'all think we can do like 4 episodes a week, but we can't. So if you want more, and you're always asking for more, then go to the Patreon. Again, you can sign up for $6 a month and you can cancel anytime.
Yeah.
So if you want access, that initial $6 you pay is going to give you 30 days, even if you canceled immediately.
Yes.
So you're going to get it and you're going to have all of the access for that month, for 30 days. So there's really like, at most you can say, all right, I'm going to pay $6 for this.
Yeah.
Okay, then do it.
Do it. And then go back and like binge all the stuff we put on there.
Exactly. But I think that you will find that you will like what we're putting over there, and it might encourage you to stay for longer than a day.
Please
or
do.
Longer than 30.
You know you want to give us $6.
Yeah.
You know we're going to be taxed on it.
Yeah. It's not like we're getting all 6. We've gone over the economy.
We have to split that.
And then we have to split it.
We're each getting like $1.50.
So 6 went down to $3.50, and then we both are splitting that. So $1.75 each in 30 days. Do you think that we have earned more than $1.75 for the content we put out a month? People want to talk about minimum wage per hour. Woo! We are working for less than that. Pennies. Crickets.
When you do the calculation, that's bad.
That's our bank account.
Yikes. Oh, man. Okay, you guys, we're going to go.
Love you.
Loving, like, can't say that. That's
live, laugh, love.
Live, laugh, love.
Live, laugh, loving. All the way through spring break.
And to be continued.
Boy.